Yes. Welcome to another City Xtra Podcast. This is going to be a Premier League focused podcast, and we plot our route back to the top of the table. Oh, how the tables have turned, Bray.
How the turntables.
That's a turntable, bro.
Turntables, yeah. This podcast is pretty much me and Lewis discussing how we're going to fix our season. Me and you, Bray.
The fix is here, guys. If you are new to the channel, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on for daily Manchester City videos. We're so close to 15,000, so if you press the subscribe button, you'll know that you're helping us get to 15k, and that's insane. Smash a like on the video as well if you do enjoy it. And if for those that are listening on like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and that, we're back on there. So make sure you click follow on your podcast app so you can stay up to date with our City Xtra Podcast, right, Bray?
It was heavily in demand, wasn't it? The podcast
It was.
Why do people want to listen to me and you, bro?
I don't know.
I mean, sometimes I get it on video because you can see us and murk us a little bit, but listening to, we don't exactly have soothing voices. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe we actually provide like football, like genuine football analysis, Bray.
Do we have good information?
Well, I think to be fair, right, this podcast that we're going to do now, this is like an actual football podcast, right? So it's like we're talking about football, isn't it?
As we should be doing in every one of our podcasts.
Yeah, but that generally doesn't happen. But this one, guys, the Premier League's focus, right? So, Bray, first of all, we beat Burnley at the weekend, right? 5-0. And there's some people out there that are still saying, oh, yeah, but it's only Burnley. You know, it's nothing.
Yeah, they're discrediting it.
Was it nothing? Or because to be fair, we have been panning Burnley for the last 10 years or whatever. So is it to be expected, or was there genuinely something different about the performance?
It is to be expected of a Man City side which is slamming. But for a City side that we've seen recently, which isn't slamming, not scoring goals, it was a chance for us to get back into it. It was a chance for us to then say, right, look, we always score against these. If we can't score against these, big problem, innit? So then go into this game, slam. I mean, and I think we're playing this style of football now since Olympiacos, which is the game before, and it's because we seem to have more freedom. The players seem to have a bit more feel for the game. You know what I mean? There's a bit more flair. Everyone's trying things that they wouldn't be usually trying. Everything seemed so PC at the start of the season. Everything seemed like very... You have to pass there. Factual like football. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense, bro.
But now it's like expressive football. You can see like everyone's making runs. It looks good. I said in the live stream, they're artists. I've said it before on this podcast. Artists at the pitch, innit? So let them do the trade, paint a picture, and murk it. I don't think. Yes, we should be beating Burnley, but we should be beating West Ham. Do you know what I mean? We pan West Ham a lot.
That's very true. Our record against West Ham in recent years is insane, and we didn't beat them. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm going to be an optimist here and say, yeah, I think it was different. I thought the performance was a little bit different. Yes, Burnley gave us a lot of space, and their game plan was strange. However, you know, we still got to take advantage of that space.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I thought we did that, and I thought Kevin looked a lot better. I thought he looked a lot more fresh, and I thought that game that he had obviously off during the midweek was good for him. And I just thought, I'm not going to, after a 5-0 win where our season's been garbage so far, I'm not going to sit there after the game and say, oh, it's just Burnley and it's rubbish. Yeah, I get what people are saying. I get the point that, yes, it was only Burnley and they did give us a lot of space. And, you could argue that it was more of them being bad than us being good, but I don't want to argue that. I don't want to argue that if that's all right. You know what I mean? I'd rather try and be positive about it and say, look, we just smashed Burnley. Mara's got a hat-trick, and Mendy played really, really well. I'm going to look for the positives here, because if you don't, it's going to be a long, grim season, man.
It's going to be disgusting. I feel like a lot of things are finally clicking and coming into place. Like Mendy, his fitness levels look mint. I don't want to jinx it. I probably have jinxed it just by saying that. But his fitness levels looks really good. And everything just seems to be clicking now. Mahrez pulling off a body performance. Things that Stones actually being fit and playing consecutive games. Yeah. Mendy even playing consecutive games. KDB back and slamming after his little break. Walker back with another good game after his little dip. I just feel like things are starting to click, and for the rest of the Premier League, right? Because there will be other fans that watch this, innit? It's dangerous for you guys, because when things, look at the team we've got. When things click, they click. Like when we're sick, we're next level.
Yeah.
So if we can get to that, we're in with a chance to win this league.
Definitely. And you know what as well? Like, we played Burnley. We've now got Fulham at home at the weekend. That's obviously a crucial game, but one that realistically we've got to be beating. Now, obviously, it's a return as well for Toasting. That'd be nice to see, but realistically, I'm looking for us to absolutely roast the kid. That's the truth.
I'm not sure how he's doing either. Like, so it'd be nice to see like how he fares against City.
I've not seen much of Fulham, to be honest. I don't even know if he's played much, but I want to be putting goals past them. But again, just a win would be nice. That's 2 back to back. Then your next Premier League game will be United. That's a crucial game. The thing is with the United game as well, we go into their place, and I think, do we have to win that game? For me, we need to be looking at winning that game. Now, to be fair, under Pep and our football club, I don't think we've ever gone into a game and tried not to win, even if we don't have to win. I think that's just not in the way of the football club and the way of Pep. But if we can beat Fulham and then beat United, you know what I mean? That's 3 in a row. Then the confidence comes back after the United match, because obviously the players will be buzzing, the fans will start to be buzzing, even the people who are writing the league off this season, they'll start moving over to the positive side, and the whole mentality will change in just 3 Premier League games. So you can see how quickly things can turn.
Yeah, it can massive. In the phone-in show, someone said to us that, I know we don't really like speaking about the game in hand because it doesn't actually exist yet. But if, obviously I know they drew yesterday, but if Spurs and Chelsea, say Spurs would have lost that game, then we could have been, with our game in hand, would have been 3 points off top.
It's something mad,
which is wild.
Yeah,
and that shows how close we are. And then every like top team in the Premier League dropped points yesterday at the weekend, besides us and if you can call them top called United. So like they all dropped points. Liverpool dropped points. Tottenham dropped points. Arsenal dropped points. All the challengers for the title have dropped points. So we've had a massive gain on everyone this weekend, and I'm happy we did it in confidence as well. And like I say, it shows how fast things can turn around. In the next 3 games, we have no idea what could happen. Look at the results happen this week. They could replicate next week. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. The performances this season are wild, and I think it's too soon to write off. It's still a big push from City. There's a mountain to climb still.
It's because the mountain is the fact that, albeit we have winnable games coming up, and in a few minutes' time I'll go through sort of our next sort of 10 fixtures, because them 10 fixtures are crucial. December's a massive month for us, but we have to now put a winning run together because of the way we started. You know what I mean? And that's just the pressure that we put ourselves under. But yeah, in fact, let me get the fixture. I've got the fixtures up here. Let me go through the fixtures. So we've already mentioned Fulham, and we've mentioned United as well. Yes, we should be beating Fulham, guys. We've got to be beating Fulham, and if we don't beat Fulham, then you do deserve to be in the Premier League race. United away, yeah, obviously, guys, it might be a tough game, but you got to be beating these guys. You know what I mean? You got to be beating them. And if you get the win there, the confidence that will be thrown through the club will be unreal. You've then got West Brom at home, Southampton away. I know they give United a run for the money, but still, you got to be winning these games. Newcastle at home, Everton away, and then Chelsea away. I mean, them 2 fixtures are difficult, but then even after that, Brighton at home, Palace at home, West Brom away, Sheffield at home, Burnley away, and then it's the Liverpool game in February. Basically, I'm saying December and January is absolutely huge for us. Now, obviously, it's huge. It's 2 months worth of football. That's stupid, Lewis, obviously, but it's huge because they're all winnable games. You know what I mean? There's a couple tricky ones in there. United, Chelsea, and Everton. But Everton are falling off. United, I'm not just saying this for sort of like bants and that. United aren't a good football team. They're not a good football. They have good players, but as a team, they're not a good team, and they don't have a good manager. And there's no chance Ollie will still be there in a couple of years' time. That's just a fact, right? So we are better than them. We've got to be beating them.
Yeah.
Everton are not the same Everton. I keep it in my brain, I'm like, Everton going to be tricky. They're not the same that started the season. They've fallen. I think they've lost 4 of the last 5.
Is James back? He was injured.
I don't know,
think
bro.
Him getting injured just derailed the whole team.
Their team is on the derail. And then Chelsea will be a tricky one. But out of all them games, you're saying 3 fixtures are tricky. You've got to be winning 2 of them. You know what I mean? Win 2 of them. Even if you lose one, that out of all the games, if you're in the rest of the games against them other clubs, you're pretty decent. And then you go into that Liverpool game in early February, and you'll be looking decent. It's a massive, massive 2 months. I think it's one of these where you got to take every game by itself. I know we've obviously just gone through all the fixtures, but we're doing that just to give people an idea that there is a route back to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a clear path with lots of obstacles.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and again, we do need to take one game at a time, innit? But because December and obviously January, we do have a lot of winnable games. When you get to February, it gets a bit more tricky, innit? And this is why we need to have such a good December and January, because we need to be going into these games, ideally, with some points in the bank, you know what I mean? In case we start dropping points. For example, 2nd of... Oh, sorry, it's American dates, innit? So 6th of February, Liverpool. 13th February, Tottenham. 20th of February, Arsenal. 27th of February, West Ham. 6th of March, United. You know what I mean? They're difficult games.
Yeah, you need to go into that run with your bank, innit? You know, your bank of points, so that you don't, at the end of it, end up in the negative. Because you need to be able to say to yourself, if disaster strikes and we lose these games, like lose one of the games or something, and drop some points somewhere within them games, we can chill a bit. We're not sweating on having to win all them games in a row. I mean, if we did, mint.
Yeah, I mean, and we can win all them games in a row, but let's be honest, it's unlikely, innit? You know what I mean? We're not... Right now, we're not the same team that we were a couple of years ago when we were slamming, you know what I mean? So it's unlikely that we're going to go through all them games winning them all. I'm not saying it's impossible, you know what I mean? And if it happened, I wouldn't be like, wow, that was insane. Like, well, I probably would be that, but I wouldn't be like shocked, you know what I mean? But the chances are we're going to drop points there because we're playing good teams. So if we can go into them games with, you know, pretty much top of the table, which is possible. Look at our fixtures, man. It's possible. We're going basically saying in the next 2 months, there's 3 fixtures that we need to be worried about, and one of them's Everton and one of them's United.
And there's a lot of games.
You know what I mean? And the other one's Chelsea, who, again, Chelsea are a decent team, but surely Pep's got it over Lampard, you know what I mean? Surely you can do it when it really matters. So, yeah, these next 2 months, guys, it's going to be a nervy Christmas, man. It's going to be a really, really nervy Christmas. Arses are going to be going.
Well, it's a make or break Christmas, really, isn't it? Because as much as we're saying on one hand, yes, all this is good, they're still in it, we could just as easily be out of it. There could be a situation where we do keep dropping points, do keep losing games, and the title just falls beneath us, and then that's it, done. However, that's not that negativity. Let's just focus on the good. Because we should, like I say, we should win these games, and we should be. It's exciting, and there's a balance in it. There's a balance of it being exciting, and a balance of it being disgusting.
But you want it to be exciting, innit?
Yeah, it is exciting, and I like the idea of us being able to claw it back and having another. Do you know what I mean? Imagine the last day of the season after such a bad start, and then we win it on the last day. So another 93-20 moment, bro. I mean, like for people's hearts and that. You know what I mean? Nah, but for
Insta 10 lives wiped off.
Yeah, innit? We lost 10 years, didn't we? We lost 10 years in that 93-20 moment. But you know what I mean? I want something exciting. Like, as much as yes, the Centurions year, we wiped the floor of the league. Like, we beat everyone, was slamming hard. It got to a point at the end of the season, it was just very chill. It was a very chill season, that there was no real drama in there. And then that's why in some cases I do prefer the 93-20 season. That drama there, you can't recreate that, innit?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be an interesting one, man. I'm excited to see how it pans out. And the only frustrating thing is, like, we're literally in this situation where already I think we're in pretty much every game's nearly a must-win game. Well, pretty much.
At a similar stage, a bit later on in that 18-19 season, when you rang me and said, "Oh yeah, we lost against Newcastle. Or did we draw?" I think we might have got beat. I think we got beat. I'm sure we got beat. And because you rang me and you were fuming and you said we have to win every single. I think you said like there's 19 games or something now. Oh no. Anyway, whatever it was, he said we have to win every single game now, and then to win the league, and we did go and win every single game. Yeah, which was wild.
Sometimes though, I feel that some of the players that we have respond better to that. Yeah, and I said that against Burnley at the start of the game. I said exactly the same thing, and I said it about Riyad Mahrez, and I said it about the team. I said some players and teams react well to being battered, basically, and when the going gets tough, they get to a certain point, and there's 2 sets of player. You know what I mean? There's one player where they basically say, I can't be arsed. I'm going to go to the chairman. I'm going to say this manager's crap. He needs to go. Yeah. And that happens a lot at Chelsea. You know, their managers get the boot all the time, and it just seems to be the Chelsea way. It happened to Mourinho a few times. And there's the other player that goes, I don't like this. I'm going to start. And it might take a while. It might not be after 2 games. It might be after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. But when the pressure really hits home, they go, I ain't having this anymore. I'm going to start fighting back in it. They're on the ropes. And then they go, I ain't having it. And I said it against Burnley. I said right at the start of the game, I said, I'm feeling something about Riyad Mahrez. I'm feeling it. And I'm feeling something about this team. I just felt that the team knew that this was last chance saloon. And they were on the ropes. They seen the light, and the light was, unfortunately for Burnley, they knew that Burnley were vulnerable because they're crap, and we got a good record against them. And they thought to themselves, I'm going to start fighting back today. You know what I mean? Maybe the Tottenham game, they didn't have it in them. You know what I mean? They're on the ropes, and they're like, playing Tottenham, playing against Mourinho, I don't have it in my locker, you know what I mean? They needed that one last punch to go down. And then they were down like that against Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury just gets up in it. Yeah. And that was us, bro, against Burnley.
The revival, innit? Came back from the dead.
I just feel that was the thing, and I truly believe now that we're going to go on a mad run. I truly do. I truly believe it.
I'm with you on that. I think we're going to start seeing some really nice football, some really good football, some very attacking football. Like I said, I feel like the creative shackles have been freed, so everyone can like have some creative input up front, and everyone can have like this mad link-up play. We're seeing the one-touch passes going left, right, and that. It was mad. It was so sick to watch. And genuinely, the fight or flight system kicked in, didn't it? And City was like, you know what? We're going to fight it. Riyad Mahrez, I'm going to fight this. And we could be now, honestly, Rocket. Riyad Rocket, we're taking us with him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to see how this next 2 months pans out. I'm really positive. I think you have to be. We've got pretty much a full fit squad. I feel like Pep's got his mojo back. He's coming out with comments, isn't he? When you're saying that, Pep's coming out with comments saying, I don't care how good you are, I don't care how good you've been in the past. The time is now. If you're not playing well now, you're out. You know what I mean? And that's. I feel like Pep's been a bit subdued this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to be fair, with everything that's gone on, you can kind of allow that. But yeah, I see it is that.
It's him fighting back as well. It's not just the players now. He's now fighting back and saying, nah, I'm not having it. You know what I mean? Riyad Mahrez, he's fighting back and saying, nah, I ain't having this anymore. I'm a sick player. I'm going to start doing bits. You know, the team fighting back. You know, John Stones fighting back. You know what I mean? It's Ben Mendy fighting back. Pep Guardiola now coming out of his shell saying, I ain't having this anymore. Kevin De Bruyne, Laporte, whoever you are, if you're not performing, you dropped. Sterling, not performing, you dropped. You know what I mean? It feels like, truly, we're at a turning point in our season.
We're turning a new leaf in where everyone now, collectively, are all... there's a real togetherness. I don't know if I said this on live stream, but it feels... There is that togetherness about the team now, and then all this Pep stuff adds to that. It feels like he's with it. He's in the fight. You know what I mean? Previous, it was more like we're getting battered, and the players were like, yeah, they'll have their say, but it was never really hearing anything from Pep on the front of it. It was always smiles after the game. Yeah. And you're always, and as a fan, that frustrates you.
It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you're like, Pep, what are you doing, mate? This isn't you. Yeah. Like, where's your fight? Where's your fight gone? Why are you not backing yourself, innit? Why are you not going into these like post-match interviews and that with all the happy face? Oh, we play really well, Where's the honesty gone? Like, because we didn't play well. Surely he didn't like that football. It's not his style of football. And then now it's like he's coming out and he's saying, if players think they're getting rested for fitness, then that ain't real, innit? You know what I mean? Like, that's what we assume that people are just getting rested, and it ain't. Pep's like, you're not playing well, you're done.
Yeah. No, it's I truly believe, guys, could be the turning point in our season. I know this podcast was a little bit shorter in it, but it was Premier League focused only, and it was a morale boost for you guys. You know what I mean? It's time for the fans to start fighting back now as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, let's join in.
We need to be one. We need to be that holistic club that Khaldoon mentioned all them years ago. Innit? Everyone needs to be pulling in the right direction, in the same direction. And I believe that we're pretty much there now. So hopefully we can get the win going forward and start climbing up that table, put a winning run together, and who knows what might happen by the end of the season. Guys, if you do like the video, please smash a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on there. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.